At the Memorial Golf Tournament last weekend in Dublin, Ohio, if any of you watched it, you know Tiger Woods shot his worst 9-hole round ever in a PGA tournament. It made international headlines because, as you might imagine, someone associated with excellence at that level usually doesn't have too many bad days, much less triple bogey the 18th. Over the course of his career, of course, Tiger has won more championships in Dublin, a former top 7 city, than the guy who designed the course, a hacker by the name of Jack Nicklaus. Despite one tweet that read, well, I guess he was overwhelmed to be playing in an intelligent community, we know that Tiger's mediocrity made news precisely because he played badly and he is so good. It would not be a headline if most of us shot a 44 on that course at Muirfield Village. In fact, it would be a miracle. Indeed. Over a lifetime of work and dedication to excellence, each hour of the day, we know, everyone in this room, that results accumulate that often last generations. Rome was not built in a day, the cliche goes, but modern Dublin, Ohio was built in less time than it took the Caesars. In fact, the work to plan the future of this once tiny village on the cusp of top 7 Columbus began around 1987 when it realized that its future would be very bright. One of the major reasons Dublin became intelligent and remains successful was the arrival first as an intern and then through the ranks as deputy city manager of a stocky, unassuming guy with an Irish grin, a sweet Irish grin, and a dedication to a vision for a place he called home. Working with a team of new urbanists, challenging ideas about small cities, Dublin became, New Albany, a tale that today wags much bigger dogs. While the work of transforming Dublin into a modern small city has single-handedly led what we think is the Ohio Renaissance, which includes the ICF Institute at Walsh University in North Canton, Ohio, and of course Columbus now, and with more Fortune 500 companies per capita than any other city, while this might seem like a parochial accomplishment, it was built on global ideas. Those ideas, when put into motion, beginning with a broadband network called Dublink, have generated international interest. That interest has come in business relocations and startups which continue to flourish. Despite the large number of corporations which I referred to, which draw revenues that enhance quality of life, Dublin's average company employee size is a lucky 7 people. Dublin's global ideas were embedded and constantly innovated upon. In many ways, the city's intelligent community champions, including attorney Greg Dunn, who is here today, understood the contours of the intelligent community movement before we invented it. But the real force, in my view, in our view, is the quiet architect of Dublin. The man is decidedly unimperial. He's cut from the green and wholesome cloth best described in an ad that Dublin ran about itself in a couple of magazines after becoming an ICF Smart Community in 2008. Dublin, the copy read, is a place with an unrivaled Midwestern work ethic each and every day. That's the community's anthem. Get it done and don't make noise about it, even as you change the world. So think Neil Armstrong. Think John Glenn, each universally embraced and both products of that Ohio ethic. Today, let me add a third, Dana McDaniel. Dana has been the deputy city manager since 2004. He was in the crowd last Saturday when Tiger made bogey players everywhere feel 20 years younger. Correction. To say he was in the crowd is like saying George Patton was in Europe in the winter of 1944. In fact, he was in the middle of the action. According to Tim Hansley, his former boss, Dana was the person that he knew would be his go-to guy. Now, I'm going to decipher that phrase for you because you've heard a couple of them now out of the American Midwest. Check it out, of course. But go-to guy, for those of you from out of the country, is the type of person who your superiors know and everybody else knows can lead a place, do the job, and head into the future. Dana was given 2 jobs when he signed on: to manage present needs, take risks, go to the future, never back down, always look ahead. Leadership. Here's another good definition, straight from another of his direct reports, Major General Deborah Ashenhurst of the State of Ohio National Guard. She said, "He leads in a way that others try to succeed so that they don't let him down." He's a true leader. In April 2012, even the United States government figured it out. This Ohio Army National Guard, the National Guard of Ohio, I should say, recognized him, promoting him to the rank of Brigadier General. That's 1 star. The citizen soldier who serves his beloved state also served his nation. In 2005 and 2006, the man who had envisioned the Dublin Entrepreneurial Center and the father of 2 overachieving daughters and an overachieving wife who led the Department of Development in Ohio for many years as it began its renaissance, became a design engineer in the 16th Engineer Brigade in support of Operation Iraqi Freedom. He went from his soon-to-be intelligent community to the sands and fury of war in Baghdad. He came back and he continued the formation of Dublink, the city's fiber network, and its most important gamble. It was the railroad that has led them to prosperity. Leave it to say that the go-to guy is still at it. In the early days, the city turned away companies that it felt did not fit into its vision of innovation, employment, or future interests. Pretty gutsy. Hansley admits that to propose to do this and to build a municipal network, broadband at that time, at a time when, frankly, it may not have even been legal, was something he entrusted to Dana. Typical politician. The network was the spear that flew and found its mark. It keeps Dublin flying and on the fairway. It has led to the citizens of Dublin becoming all that they can be. For this and much, much more, Dana McDaniel will now receive our 3rd ever Lifetime Achievement Award. And it gives me great pleasure to give an award to someone I consider a close friend and almost like a father and a mentor and a brother all at the same time to me, Dana McDaniel. We do okay? Yeah. Are you kidding me?
I have to say, being a general officer, I'm never short for words, so I'll say a couple things. But first of all, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks so much, Lou, John, Robert. This is just an incredible recognition on a personal level. Very honored to receive this. As you might expect, I would be very quick, though, to take a little side dance to acknowledge some folks who allowed that to happen, because it's really not all about me, it's about the team, although I do appreciate the recognition. I do want to thank our city councils. We've been at this for nearly 20 years, and our city councils and our city managers, 4 of them now since then, just as I tell people, and I can't really explain it, but those of you in the room who are smart communities will understand this, I just use the words, they just get it. And because they get it, they enable us to do these kinds of things, which make us intelligent communities. Lou mentioned Greg Dunn. I want to thank Greg. Greg and I were reminiscing the other night over a beer about, it's been 18 years that we started this, just talking about in 1995, the telecommunications deregulation and right-of-way management ordinances, and that started our journey on this road. So I want to acknowledge Greg, the official company who operates, managed, and constructed Dublink and Columbus FiberNet. They've been here. They've always been a big supporter of the ICF as well and helped us along this journey. I also want to thank or acknowledge the Ohio Supercomputer Center, the Ohio Academic Research Network, who helped us establish the Central Ohio Research Network, connecting our fiber optics to all the colleges, institutes, and universities in the state of Ohio and beyond. High Speed Air, who built our 24 square mile Wi-Fi system with us in partnership. Tech Columbus, who helped us with our entrepreneurial center and housing over 90 startup companies now. And also, and it's not a commercial, guys, I just have to thank these people. And last, Metro Data Center, who helped us to expand our entrepreneurial center and will be working with us to announce some new initiatives. So having said all that, what I have to really do is say from my heart, and I hope I speak on behalf of everyone here, I want to thank Lou, John, Robert. I want to thank you all, the three of you, for being such great thought leaders in establishing this concept of getting the broadband economy and globalization into a context which we could all understand. Because I tell you, we struggled with that. But as you look around this room, you look all over the world, that context has now become the cornerstone of many economic development strategies. And for that, I want to thank you, and I hope I thank you on behalf of this entire group. I'll take privilege to do that, and I hope they don't mind. But and I will just close by saying I commit to you, the co-founders, that I will continue to work with you, as will Dublin, Ohio, to not only work with our colleagues and push and pull each other on this journey to be more intelligent communities, but also to reach out aggressively and help others on this, to join us on this journey to be ever more intelligent. So with that, I want to thank you very much. And congratulations to all the Smart 21 communities and the top 7. Very honored to be here with you today, and thank you for this recognition.
Thank you.